To be continued. Yes. Yes. Let's go. Gut, einmal ist er schon schuldig gesprochen worden. Courtesy of Cell fucking Manila. Ugh. That was a close one, huh, Mia? Really? Too bad, I'm sorry I missed it. Maya. So, what happened? Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea who did it. Now all I need is a motive and proof. Wow, good going, Nick. Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have. Initial trial, what's that? It's a new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system, they decided to speed the whole process up. So under that system, trials have to end in 3 days. Yeah, pretty much. Well, we've no time to waste. Oh, yeah. I don't get it, Maya. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the steel samurai costume? What? You mean Mr. Hammer was wearing the costume? Yeah. But Mr. Hammer was the victim, Nick. Why would he go through the trouble of stealing it? That's what we have to find out. What happened with the director's testimony? Well, it's pretty clear that the producer and the director were both in the trailer. Which means that the killer has to be one of them. Really? Why? Because the real scene of the crime was Studio 2, where that trailer is. What? Was Maya always this excitable? She's auf jeden Fall fully into it now. Well, have you noticed anything that might help us? I can't see what's going on when Mia is here. So, no, I haven't noticed anything. Right. Maybe we should go talk to WP. WP Powers, right. Okay. Schauen wir mal. October 19th, Detention Center, Visitor's Room. Mr. Wright, you did very well again today, thank you. Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears? Wow, Nick, you must have really wowed him in there. And could you wipe that grin off your face? AWP, only 1 day left. Let's make it count. Yes. Though there's not really anything I can do to help. Doch. I'm not really sure what I can do either. Please, this is no laughing matter. Kann uns definitiv morgen helfen. Schauen wir mal. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth. Oh, yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global. How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer. He just gave up being a star 5 years ago, actually, now that I think about it. That was right when Miss Vesquay came to Global. 5 years ago. Ich sag's ja, Vesquay. 100 Pro war's Vesquay. Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manella? Wäre auch gut, wenn er es wäre, aber dann können wir ihn einbuchten. Da wäre ich auf jeden Fall dafür. Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director. But something in his work caught Vesquay's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows the name Salmonella. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high and all that. I can imagine him being at her beck and call, though I can't imagine him jumping. Could you tell me more about Miss Vesquay? Oh, the producer? Well, she's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius. A genius? Sie hat nicht mal die Idee für... Obwohl doch, ja, sie hat die Idee für Steel Samurai gehabt und Salmonella hat allerdings directed, also, naja. She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days. Why is that? Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees. But she picked it up and made it shine. Achso, ich dachte, sie wollte es komplett dann runterziehen. Oh, and what? Nothing. Forget it. I've only heard rumors anyhow. Spill the beans? What the fuck? Da hätte ich ihn gerne mal jetzt gepresst. Okay. Gucken wir mal hier. October 19th, Global Studios Maingate. The old Windbag sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick? I think her guard's down. Yeah? I bet we could even eat those donuts in the guard station if we wanted. You eat, you die. Woo, she's alive. Alles klar. I was wondering about Dee Vesquay, the producer. Oh, the studio bigwigs love her. So she always gets her way. She seems bitter. Do you not like the producer? Look, the studio's people don't want me talking about her, so sorry. Can I ask you about Salmonella, the director? Sal, he's soft, a pushover, does whatever Vesquay tells him to. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it. Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt? That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick? No, it doesn't, Maya. Ich sag nichts dazu. About Mr. Hammer. Ah! I heard about what you said today, cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer. You drag his star down from the sky and stomp on it. Calling him a criminal, a thief. Ja, no, ja gut, ja doch, ja. I won't forget this. Uh oh, she's really pissed this time. You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Powers' costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low, it's impossible. Ist es nicht. Das ist genau das Problem. Bin mir ziemlich sicher, dass wir hier nochmal vorbeischauen können. Vor allem, weil hier eventuell der gute Salmonella leider rumlauert. I guess they are not filming today either. I did want to see them filming just one time. This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come see them film later. I guess. This is where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right? Uh-huh. I wonder if there are any clues lying around. Yeah! Ooh. No touching! Eek! Alles klar. Oh, sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten you. Didn't mean, I almost had a heart attack. I guess I can be a little dramatic at times. I suppose it's the actor in me. Dramatique indeed. Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate on that table. Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal. Traces thereof. Oh, whoops. Schon was gefunden? So you're looking for traces on the sleeping pills. How? For thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solution. This reacts to these sleeping pills. See, if there are traces, it'll change color. Ah, wow, neat. Yeah, neat. Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for? Now, everything in due time, pal. Vor allem nicht hier, out in the open. Ooh. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright. Aha. So the food on this plate had been laced with sleeping pills. Looks like it. Found in the employee area, on it are traces of sleeping pills and a large bone. Das wird wahrscheinlich auch noch wichtig, wenn der große Knochen extra noch explizit erwähnt wurde. Investigation. How goes your investigation? To tell the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers. And some people think we should switch suspects. What do you think, Detective Gumshoe? Well, pal, I hate to admit it, but I'm not sure I'll buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. Nicht wirklich. How is Edgeworth doing, anyway? Mr. Edgeworth is out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crushed this paper cup with hot coffee in it. Whoa. Talk about burns, pal. Wow, the fury of Edgeworth. Yeah, crushing paper cups. Cups, bottles. Say, whatever happened with that empty bottle? Oh, the bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim Jack Hammer's print on the bottle. Aha. So that means... Yep, it sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim. So I was right. I was Phoenix right. Found on a table in the employee area bears Jack Hammer's fingerprints. Okay. Okay. Schauen wir mal hier rein. Ah, oh, hello. What are you doing here? Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room. I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... What? Why? But WP is innocent. Yes, and I'm really grateful for all you've done. But... This week is the last episode of the Steel Samurai. Oh. What? No! Interessant. I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer. Yes? On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2, Amanda Vassis. Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume too. What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh. I guess the rumor must be true then. The rumor. Yeah, Miss Visquay, that producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything she said, apparently. Okay. Some dirt. What dirt? Dirt. You know, bad stuff. I know what dirt means. About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was, too. The film set. Was that trailer part of the film set, then? Ah. What do you mean, the last Steel Samurai? I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant. No. Also, I hear that Global Studios is going to change its programming. They are not going to make kids shows anymore. What? Why? I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decided. Die werden sowieso bald zumachen. Why aren't they going to make kids shows anymore? The studio's bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand? How can they just do that? What about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai? It's okay, I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. No, that can't be true. Our Lord and Savior, Shinzo Abe. If the program just stands still, he'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something! Yeah. I think evidence rather than words is called for here. Here, take a look at this. What's this? This is why you can't stop the Steel Samurai. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Neither do I, Nick. Hä? Stop the Steel... Warum sind denn Steel Samurai nicht... And this is? A fan collected all of these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. Also, ja, okay, ja gut, dann, ja, doch, macht Sinn. The show shouldn't be cancelled just so some adults can save face. I would think you would understand that better than anyone. You're right. Okay. But what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what is it that Global Studios is so intent on hiding? Tell me about this accident 5 years ago. Yeah. Okay. That's it. Could you tell us what happened 5 years ago? Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently, 5 years ago, someone died, and it was Hammer's fault. Elaborate. Someone died. It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Miss Visquay, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she has on Hammer. She had on Hammer. And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Miss Visquay asked him to do. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Like, you know, Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. Ah, yeah, okay. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. I see. You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldback. She was here at the studios back then, you know. Thanks, we'll try asking her, if she'll talk. Eher unwahrscheinlich, vor allem, weil es gegen Jack Hammer geht. Aber gut. What, you're still slinking around? If you like the place so much, why don't you take over from me? Gerne. The old windbag doesn't look so good. Everybody's doing their darndest to forget Hammer. Who do they think they made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer. It's all due to Hammer. MC Hammer? She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance. Ja, das wird definitiv nix. I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago. Who told? Who did you hear that from? Huh? Nichols. Nichols? Nichols. Nick Penny Nichols. That assistant we talked to. Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about the accident von jemandem. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he? Whippersnappers! Dredging up dirt on someone's past like that and the recently departed, no less. I suppose you think this is fun? No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers. And you claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume. You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof? Proof that Hammer stole Powers' costume? I have proof. I'm sorry, Miss Oldbag, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. Take that! Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct? Well, yes, so? This is the plate that he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on that plate. Ha! I bet Powers put it in there himself. Even a lightweight like him must have trouble sleeping sometimes. Except I have proof that Mr. Hammer put the pills in. Exactly. Take that! This bottle contains sleeping pills. Mr. Hammer's fingerprints were found on the bottle. Yep. Yep. I see. Poor, poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. Miss Oldbag? Okay. You win. I'll talk. Geht doch. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in. Miss Oldbag. You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vesquay. She has ties to the Mafia. Oh. Das, ja, okay. Macht Sinn, wenn man sie sich anschaut, definitiv. Hätte ich eigentlich vorher drauf kommen können, so wie sie sich auch verhält. She silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio. I see. But, you have to understand, poor old Hammer never meant any harm to anyone. Ah, und sie könnte es dann natürlich so rumdrehen, ja, hat dann natürlich was gegen Hammer in der Hand gehabt, hat dann gesagt, okay, wenn du nicht willst, dass das rauskommt und ich das so darstellen lasse, dass du das mit Absicht gemacht hast, ja. Oder sie kann es dann so spinnen, dass es, als ob es halt Absicht gewesen wäre von Hammer. Hold on a minute. Poor Miss Oldbag. Here, take this. A photograph. Wait a sec. Ooh. Okay. This is the picture. Is this the trailer in Studio 2? Hammer was supposed to fight with a bad guy on top of those stairs there. He pushed the other actor and the man fell onto the flower box fence. Okay. But how did you get this? It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it. I understand. 5-year-old photo shows an accident involving Jack Hammer. Okay. Okay, falsch. Wir kriegen direkt immer den Promptor, wenn wir was richtig haben. Okay, oder wenn wir in der richtigen Umgebung sind, was ganz gut ist. Achso, wir müssen wahrscheinlich Richtung Studio 2 gehen, denke ich mal. Studio 1 entrance. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume. Then he left from here to go to the Studio 2. Right. But why? I wonder if someone called him, like the director or the producer. Wahrscheinlich... vielleicht hat Miss Vesquay dann gesagt, hier, Salmonella, ruf ihn mal. Damit alles dann an ihnen eventuell haften bleibt. Das kann natürlich auch sein. Hallöchen, Miss Vesquay. Let's go to jail, hm? Hey, Nick. It's Miss Vesquay. Hello. 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 Maya, you should at least try to be polite. Hat sie ja. 2-mal. I'm watching the clouds. That's all she had to say, apparently. Murder, she wrote. Mr. Hammer. Excuse me. Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder and... Shh. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick. She's really ticking me off. Oh, dear. Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai. I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did it. Nick, she did it. She's the killer. Miss Maffei Blood speaks to me. I know it. Oh, dear. Könnte gut sein mittlerweile, ja. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manella. If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer? By yourselves? Oh dear. Alles klar. Gut, dass wir mit ihm nochmal reden müssen. Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Funny, it still seems pretty messy in here. I guess she was still on a high from getting that rare card she needed. Ha. Also doch nix. Okay, ja. I can't believe I spent so much on those sets. Genau, also hier ist dann anscheinend nichts Neues. Ja. Okay. Can't see outside, ja. Okay. Okay. Also ist er nicht hier. On the hunt for fucking Salmonella. Moment, present. Was wäre denn hiermit? She's not even looking. Where? What? Where did you get that? Well... Oldback. She means the security lady, Miss Oldback, Nick. Right. Anyway. Miss Visquay. You hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer. Jetzt haben wir die Mafia ebenfalls am Hals, wahrscheinlich. Und Oldback. The wind. Huh? It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind? Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer. Nick, she went inside the trailer. Okay. You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about? Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Miss Visquay, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kids shows for petty change. So I'm a blackmailer now. Mit Beziehung zur Mafia, definitiv. Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident, but you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star. Oh. I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord. Natürlich, ist klar. But, you were the cause. You pressured him. And to think it was just an accident. Excuse me? What is this all about? You keep saying accident. Accident. How dare you? How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think. What would it be if it was an accident? Okay. No. No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose? That is what I mean. Where's your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you me. But the security lady said it was an accident. Ja, okay. Bei ihr ist das Problem natürlich, dass sie ein Hammer-Fan ist. Vielleicht war es Selbstmord mittlerweile für... Wenn man Miss Visquay bisher... Wir haben sie einmal befragt und sie hat kompletten Evidence uns gebracht. Das war mit Mr. Monkey. Deswegen denke ich mal schon, dass sie schon recht hat. Ich bin gespannt, wie sie es letzten Endes noch genauer begründet. Deswegen könnte es sein, dass es eventuell auch Selbstmord war von Mr. Hammer. Wobei, wie es dann dazu führt, dass er in dem Fall vor Studio 2 steht, kann ich mir schlecht vorstellen. Oder er hat wirklich versucht, Miss Visquay aus irgendeinem Grund umzubringen. Und Will Powers ging dazwischen, aber dann hätte Miss Visquay schon viel früher gesprochen. Oh, well, she was a big fan of hammers, you see. Yeah, she jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hands, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. So that's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could never made a copy. But he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Uh-huh. Okay. Give it to me, now. What? This is valuable evidence. Boys. Ah, großartig. Ich wusste es. Also ist es doch kein Accident gewesen. Also ist es doch ein Accident gewesen, meine ich. Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? The trial ends tomorrow? How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should Divas Quay care about it at all? I'm sure you have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. No! Hold it right. Oh, yes, Gumshoe! Hold it right there. Nice. I heard everything, pal. Divas Quay, you're coming down to the precinct with me now. Yes! Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then, in court. I'll be looking forward to it. Sehr good, Gumshoe. Nice. Nice, Dick. Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing. Detective Gumshoe. Thank you. I was really scared. Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, it's just... I've wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. Gumshoe! Well, Nick, it looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. And who's at the bottom? Divas Quay. Okay, ich hab ihr sogar fast geglaubt. Ich hab ihr fast geglaubt.